What up, guys? Nico Sportscards here, coming back at you with another video. I'm going to be doing my first PSA reveal. I've actually never submitted to PSA before. This is the first time I ever did it. So I submitted my first set at the National, which was, what was that? That was the end. I think it was the end of July. So August, September, October. So over 3 months ago. Sent those in, and then I sent another batch in at a card show that was about an hour away from me that I went to a couple of months ago. So PSA is backed up, which really shows you like this hobby is blowing up. So anyway, it took forever to get these cards back. I actually already opened these, so I'm going to show you what I got and how I did. And again, I actually didn't know that there was actually quite a bit you got to do before you submit cards. You got to clean them. You've got to get one of those like eyeglasses wipes and, you know, make sure there's no smudges. You've got to put them in particular holders. You got to fill out the forms appropriately. So I kind of went into it totally raw. I don't know if it changed the outcome of the grades, but I'm going to show you what I got and how I did. And then you guys tell me if you've got tips on how to submit to PSA. You know, I thought about submitting to BGS. I don't know why, but I just prefer PSA. BGS seems to me like it's easier to get a 9.5 versus a 10 from PSA. So I don't know, are they equivalent? But I'm new to the grading part of this hobby. So anyway, before I get to that, I think you guys saw my last video. I pulled this Nick Bosa from Illusions out of 10, and I was studying it. I was looking at it. I'm like, God, this card is awesome. But when I looked at the back, you can see there's a blue pen mark, and if you look closely enough, that is a fingerprint. Like, I think there's no doubt about it. That's a fingerprint. I don't know if it's Nick Bosa's fingerprint, but it's a fingerprint. So I contacted Panini. They said send it back in, and they would look for a replacement. But what would you guys do? If I've got, you know, this is green ink on the front, blue ink on the back, and it's a fingerprint, would you keep it? Does it make it cooler? Is it, like, it's damaged, get a new card? What would you guys do? I think I'm going to send it back, but I don't know. On, like, the double take I did, I was like, I don't know, maybe that makes it more rare. I have no idea. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. All right, so let's get to these submissions. So the first card I sent in were most of these are Carson Wentz cards, but there were a couple non-Carson Wentz cards. So the first one I sent was this Joey Bosa from 2016 Select, rookie card out of 10, and it got a Gem Mint 10, which is sweet. Simply sweet. Because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, I'm sure you have, to what he's been up to. This is a guy who, if he can stay healthy, he's going to have 100 career sacks. I mean, he's on pace for a Hall of Fame type career. Both of those Bosa brothers are just nasty. So anyway, really cool rookie card out of 10 from Select. Then I had another card from Select 2016, Michael Thomas tie-dye out of 25. And boom, Gem Mint 10. This is just a sweet looking card, 16 out of 25 from Select, which you guys know is one of my favorite sets. So I was feeling pretty good. I was going through this. We'll keep going. 2018 Panini Contenders Sony Michel, also out of 10. All right, PSA's been good to me. Then we kind of take a little bit of a turn. So we'll get this is the last non-Wentz, I think. Yeah. So I threw this Baker Mayfield card in there. It's a 2018 Illusions out of 175. He's obviously not living up to the hype this year, so this card is already worth less than it was when I got it graded. But this one came back a 9, which these are thick cards. And one thing they did tell me, I was having a conversation with some people at the show, they were like, look, when you submit those thicker cards that have patches in them, it's really hard to get those graded Gem Mint because they're just naturally more prone to chipping. So I was actually pretty happy with that. Mayfield rookie 9. All right, then we get to the Wentz cards. So let me just get this first one out of the way. So this is a 2016 Prizm silver rookie of Carson Wentz, and I studied this thing. This is one where I got the magnifying glass out and I studied this thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely going to come back strong. I mean, corners are tight. No, I couldn't notice. I guess that corner is a little bit off, but not a ton. You can see it's like not bad. Anyway, came back a 6, which tells me I don't know what I'm doing. So maybe they just have a higher bar for grading these, but I've looked this thing over 100 times. I don't know what I'm missing here. I'm guessing it has something to do, because this corner's good. It's not going to focus, but I'm guessing it has something to do with that corner. But to knock it down to a 6, yikes. All right, then I threw in a 2016 Select. I guess it's also a silver. I don't know if they all were, but rookie from Carson Wentz. This one came back Gem Mint 10, so I was happy there. All right, this is where the autos come into play. Got this 16 Contenders draft Carson Wentz. This is the super short print one. I think they only made 50 of these, either 50 or 150. I think 50. And again, the centering looked to me like edges, corners, great. Centering really tight. Check the back out. All right, so far so good. Comes back an 8. All right, so as I'm going through this, I'm starting to think PSA. Oh gosh, I was probably mixing up PSA and Panini this whole time, but let's roll with it. PSA knows where the bar is. They know, like, this is a short print card. They know the population of 10s is very low. They know that the hobby doesn't want like a ton of liquidity at 10, so they probably raise the bar a bit on how they grade something short print like that. That's my conspiracy theory. Who knows if I'm right? Okay, then I submitted a 2016 Contenders Carson Wentz auto rookie. All right, now this one is not the one I submitted. I bought this one online. It's a PSA 8, and I studied it, and I'm like, okay, why would this get an 8? Well, the centering, as you can see, is a little bit off, and on the back, you've got a little, white border, and then there's a little bit of, you can see here, there's a little bit of the edge cut out or chipped off. So I'm like, all right, I get it. That's an 8. So when I was at the National, I was walking around looking for Wentz rookies, and I found this one, and I was like, whoa, all right. Only thing wrong with this one is the centering. It's got almost the identical centering the last one, but this one, corners are tight. Well, I'm giving it away. It's an 8. But corners were insanely good. Really no visible flaws at all. So I figured, all right, if it doesn't have the issues with the back corner of this one and the edge, maybe I can pull out a 9. As you can see, I did not. So 2 8s of the exact same card, but I don't care. He's the man, my favorite player. All right, keep going. So I was like, all right, I've got the base rookie auto from Contenders. What about the variation rookie? So I purchased this card. I'm pretty sure I showed it to you guys when I got it in the mail, and really looked this one over. Again, I couldn't find any visible flaws. The centering looked great. A PSA 10 of this sold for $2,600. So I didn't pay anywhere close to that, but I figured I'd roll the dice, send it in. You can see the back. Really nothing of concern that I could see, and I got a 9 out of it. So I was actually not disappointed with that one. I know the bars, as I was going through these, I'm like, all right, I think I get the game. The bar is high, but pulled off a 9, so I was happy about that. Okay, last card. I've shown you guys this one before. It was a trade I made where I gave away, what was the card I gave away? I'm blanking on what it was, but it was a really good card. And this is a 1/1 Donruss Optic gold downtown card. Now the downtown set is really popular. People collect them. They're rare. They're tough to find. I think there's either one in a box or one in a case. I don't remember. And obviously the gold 101 is the Holy Grail. Go on eBay, you can see like some of these are listed at $4,000, $5,000. I don't know if they're selling at those levels, but they're listed super high. Anyway, I got the Wentz, threw it in. I probably didn't even need to get it graded considering it's a 101. Like, what are you going to do if someone wants it? Just like slab it. But I did it anyway, and booyah. Got the Gem Mint 10 on the Donruss Optic Downtown Gold card, which blows away whatever came out of here, because I love this card for a lot of reasons, and to now have it slabbed by PSA as a Gem Mint 10 makes it all the more sweet. So I was super happy that I made this submission and I sent it in. Made my day, and if nothing else, what it did is kind of hook me on wanting to submit cards to PSA, because opening that box up, what they do is they send you an email saying your cards are ready. You can go online before you receive them and actually see what the grades are. I didn't do that. I wanted to open it on camera for you guys, but I was just too excited to get into it, so I cracked them open, and this made the whole set. So I think I'm going to be submitting more cards, because it was even more, honestly, it was more fun than even open a hobby box. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to do more submissions. Like I said, it took them 3 months to get back to me. So stay tuned. It's going to take a while, but it adds a cool element to the hobby. So if you guys haven't done it yet, get out there, try it out. If you have questions, I can do my best to answer them on how to submit. And I'd love any feedback you guys have on tips and tricks on increasing your odds of submitting, why you go with PSA or why you go with BGS. I would love to hear your stories. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Please have a good day. But for now, I'm out. Peace.